Hawaii's Eran Ganot. And what's up, man? How you doing? 11th season?
11th year, I'm good.
How do you not have a tan living there?
I'm immune to it. You know, I'm one of those guys. I don't tan, I burn, I turn red, so I got to be smart about that. I think you know what I'm talking about. So do you, Richie.
Richie
Yeah,
does.
I do.
I went to Arizona. I went to Arizona for school, so I learned how to tan when I was at Arizona, okay? And the rest is history. All right, so last year, I don't want to say it, but I have to say it because of all the success you've had. 15-16, 7-13 in league play. First ever losing season in the Big West. What was it like? And what was the priority in the offseason to make sure it doesn't happen again?
No, and I respect and appreciate that you did say it, and we've said it, we've addressed it. So, like you, as you know, when we've been fortunate, we had a down year. We're not shying from it. We're not pointing fingers. We're not making excuses. We've been very big on kind of owning it so we can attack it, address it, attack it, and move forward. And you know, there's some things that we did well, and there's some things that, and part of it, give credit to our league as well, that we can do better, that I can do better. And as we all know, that's how you can improve. You confront the brutal facts, you own the situation. And as you can imagine, when you're going through some of those as a competitor, those are tough. But you grow from pain. You'll hear us say that a lot. You've probably heard that a lot. We're going to use it to get better and fuel us. And so, I will say the culture didn't waver. A lot of times when people have kind of what these down years, and now we're 15-16, they fall in every area. And our culture was still great. We were awesome in the classroom, awesome in the community, great guys, great kids. But things that were exposed that we are going to address, and we feel like we have addressed it in the off season and in what will be a unique off season for everybody moving forward with the landscape of college athletics.
Well, Coach Ganot, not enough people, give you guys the credit and the flowers you deserve for 7 straight winning seasons. I think you had a pair of back-to-back 20-plus win seasons, and you've had those in the past too, of course, even more. Retention over down there in Hawaii has always been a major strength for your teams. I would imagine the transfer portal has changed things a little bit. Last year, for the first time, I think you had some major turnover. You had a brand new team. Safe to say that team chemistry was an issue for you. Did that suffer because of, coaching a team that, a little bit differently than you've had to in the past? And now that this has kind of become a bit of a new normal, what's the plan to attack that down there in Hawaii?
Yeah, no, we had been talking for so long that we were kind of late. Everybody was hurt by the transfer portal world, and we had been immune to it. We always had pretty good continuity. Last year was the first year, and I think last year more so because the previous year we had like 7 seniors. This year was more a combination of the seniors and the transfers. And as you guys know, the transfer portal is just following it over the years. There were very few, and then people would move down a league or upper league, and now people are moving from Power 4 to Power 4 and so forth, so on and so forth. So I do think that's part of it. Like I said, the step back was all encompassing. There was a little bit of everything, and that's the challenge moving forward for us. So we do have a lot of new faces. We have 4 returners, which isn't a lot. 2 of them haven't practiced as much, but they're ready to come back. And then we have 9 newcomers. And it's really interesting. Basketball is a great sport. It's about chemistry. It's an art. And while we are an older team, we are an experienced team, and this goes for a lot of teams in the country. There is a time for them to have experience together, which they haven't had a lot of. So, thought we did a good job in the summer. I do think, in addition to making sure we simplify things, because you don't have a lot of these guys for as long as you used to. You do have to watch them play and throw them in the fire a little bit more, so you can see how they play together and what they can do. And then we got to make sure we bring in the right guys who, will sacrifice and buy in, because the amount of time, again, is not extensive. So we better dominate the high character guys who want to buy in, bring in, simplify what we do, and then progress as we go and we learn from them. So we're learning. And obviously I think everybody in the country is going through this at the same time. And to be honest, it's an exciting challenge.
Like you said, you're an older team, average age, 23 years and 3 months. Did you ever think you would say that? I mean, it sounds insane, doesn't it?
It's we've had some older guys. We have Juan Munoz, who's on our staff now, who's great, who who had played 8 years. You know, he had to come back from 4 season-ending surgeries. So he was, by that point, about 25, 26. And, you know, but I think this is everywhere in the country, you know, like you just said, average age 23. We have 5 married couples on our team. So, no, I think I remember maybe 1 or 2 over the previous 22 years I've coached combined. But here we are. And, you know, there is something to be said about that, too. You've heard this for a long time. You want to, you know, be old, stay old, things like that. So, again, people underrate, though, that the experience together is something that you have to work through. So we do have an older group. We have an experienced group, and we're going to lean on some of those guys for their leadership because they do have experience in the world, in college basketball, and they, because of their character, they've done a good job getting comfortable with each other in the short amount of time we've had.
You talk about your 4 returners. I think only one of those was a starter for you a year ago. But you've brought in some great depth, it seems like, 6 Division I transfers. We're over here taking bets before the show on how to properly say Gitas' last name, and maybe you can help us. Gitas Nemishka, did we say it correctly?
Nemishka. Gitas Nemishka.
Nemishka.
It's pretty close.
We're getting there. We're pretty close, yeah.
He likes to go by Nemo sometimes, so I don't know. Like, I'm getting comfortable with that. I just call him Gitas. Some guys call him Nemo. Obviously, we're finding when we got him back, there's a lot of headlines. Hey, they found Nemo. Here, he's back.
That's good. So our understanding is he was granted an extra year by the NCAA, just got back there. I think he's a legitimate Player of the Year candidate. I mean, what does he bring to the table for the Rainbow Warriors?
Yeah, and you know, as you've seen, even though our continuity is not what it was before, especially everybody, our guys who return do make a jump. And so we are excited about the 4 returners, including him. We felt, you know, going into the polls, and obviously that's preseason excitement, but he was going to be a preseason first-team all-conference player. And, you know, when you get a second year, this is the first time he went to Xavier for a year, had a good year, came here for a year, but this is his second year at the same program. And you could see how the game slowed down for him, his comfort with Hawaii, the university, the system. He's a very physical player. He'll be one of the more physical guys in the league. He can play inside and out. He can bring it up. He gets to the line. And it's just been fun to see his overall game improve. You know, he's wanted to attack his defense, his playmaking, but he's an inside-out force, and he's someone who will draw a lot of attention and make things easier for our other guys. He is absolutely primed and has put himself in a position to make a big jump this year.
So you got Nemo back, but one of your big additions in the offseason was Tanner Cuff coming in from Evansville, 6'7", grad transfer. I don't know how old he is, but he's got to be among the oldest in your team because I think he did a mission before he started playing. So he's got to be at the 25 end. What will he add for you this year?
Well, last year we had some new point guard play, and this year we returned. I mean, Richie said it. Gitas was a guy who started a lot of games for us. Eran Ganot, by the end of the year, even as a freshman, started a lot of games for us, and we hope that we liked where his future was at, so threw him in the fire so it could help him as an experienced sophomore. So, and Harry really does been a part-time starter for this his 4th year. But to answer your question, we're excited about the point guard position because you bring a guy like Eran Ganot, who's throwing the fire back for his 2nd year, and then you bring in an all-conference caliber player in Tanner Cuff, who's a different type of player than we've had. You know, he's a 6'6" point guard. He's 220 pounds. He's strong. He can really pass. He can get you on his hip. He's probably one of the best post-up perimeter players I've ever coached, and he's a handful there because he can, and he's tough to trap because he can throw over the top, and he's a competitor. He's smart, coach's kid. I think he's made a jump, and obviously he's an established player, a guy who's kind of fills the box score. You know, has scored 10 a game. 3 or 4 assists. Excellent rebounder at his position, 6+ rebounds a game, and I think he's made a big jump in this system, and we're going to wrinkle it for having a point guard who can post, and we have some 5s who can shoot it, and we're excited about that.
I'm not a big fan of people stealing players from my alma mater, but if anybody was going to enter the transfer portal from Evansville and go play somewhere else, I'm glad he's playing with you. That's fantastic. You also have some other good ones coming in. Dre
yeah, you know what? We also have it's interesting. You've seen Toomey, transfers from Seton Hall, but as you know, for 2 years, he played at Evansville, one of which was with Tanner Cuff. So we'll run everything by you moving forward in terms of recruit Evansville. Thank you.
Thank you for letting me have some power in your recruiting from here on out. Thank you. I appreciate you. Dre Bullock, Jalen Myers. I mean, you have some really notable newcomers coming in. There's really not much more to talk about. You've talked about your depth pretty well, but I'm excited to see where you guys go. Excited to see you guys get back to the way that I know you guys normally play, and I'm excited to see the team chemistry you guys put together.
No, I appreciate it. Look, you mentioned this is one of those teams. We have 13 guys on our roster. Every single guy has shown flashes and shown what they can do, either moving forward or in their past careers. You mentioned Dre Bullock's scored 13 a game at South Dakota for a 21 program, and last 11 games of the year he scored 17 a game. Probably one of the best athletes we've coached. A guy who's continued to become well-rounded. He can really hawk the ball defensively. He's incredible above the rim. He gets to the line. He's worked on his shooting. Jalen Myers has scored 11 a game and 6 boards a game for a 20-win NCAA tournament Norfolk State team. And the guy who kind of goes on the radar sometimes, you got Hunter Erickson, who's been a part-time starter at Utah. Isaac Johnson, was a starter and a guy who played minutes in back-to-back 28-win teams at Utah State. So there's some guys I'm missing, and that's exciting. Zay Kerr can help us. Hunter Carter's a young guard, and AJ Conomo's made a jump. So we have some good competition right now going in practice, and we're going to, while we will have the same blueprint of team, we share the ball, we have each other's back defensively, rebound as a team. You will definitely see some wrinkles in what we've done in the past. It'll be more inverting because of the versatility and shooting of our fives. And again, we have a post-up point guard. We got to adjust to that.
We got about 30 seconds left, but before I let you go, you have to tell me about your very intimidating dog named Hoku.
Yes, he's a teacup Yorkie. We got him about 5 or 6 years ago. He's fully grown, all of about 5 pounds, maybe 5 pounds. But we joke because he's a competitor. He's tough. So when our guys come in, he's going to test you. And now, if he scratched you as hard as he could or bit you, you would not feel it. But again, it's a mindset thing. When we walk him around, there's a 200-pound dog. He's going right to him. So he's someone we got to speak to our team at times.
Oh, man. I love it. Love it. Well, listen, appreciate it, Eran. Great catching up with you. Good luck this season. Bounce back year in store for the Hawaii Rainbows this season. We'll talk to you soon, man.
Thank you guys for having me, and thank you guys for us talking about Hawaii in our league. Appreciate it.